patch day. Patch has not gone live, but we're starting to get some information. We got some patch notes. Good news. We're going to be getting Doom Campaign 4, which is going to have the 15 uniques, and they're going to add the uniques to Doom 2 and 3. But more importantly than that, in the very last node, according to MSF.gg, Symbiote SpiderMan is going to be farmable. This information here is coming from MSF.gg. I'm not sure entirely how accurate it is. It kind of looks like some of his get a little glitched out a little bit. First 3 nodes are going to be new Warrior, Heroes for Hire, or Spider-Verse characters. I think a lot of people will probably just run through it with their symbiotes. The next 3 are going to be Hero or Mutant. So that means you can use your Astonishing X-Men. And then the last 3 are going to be Mystic, and then it looks like it's some sort of tag that didn't filter in correctly. So when the game goes live, we'll have to check to see what Mystic, so we can use, characters like Deathpool and New Warriors. Now, interesting thing enough is we're going to just go through it. The rewards on them look pretty decent, pretty standard right there. But there we have the right here is the 15 uniques. That was the severe bottleneck for getting into Dark Dimension 4. So if you're not into Dark Dimension 4, this will make a big help. These pieces also, the 15s are also going to be in Doom 2 and Doom 3. More interesting to me is that they're also going to have some of the catalysts and some of the pieces for Teal. So some of the Teal gear is going to be farmable, starting in some of the later Doom 4s. We're just going to scroll through it. There we go. We got the damage, the focused catalyst. We've got the augmented basic catalyst, which we call the TBC, the Teal basic catalyst. And then when we get to the very last one, we'll find Symbiote Spider-Man. And initially I was wondering if that'll help, but a lot of people should be able to get to Doom 4-9, which is going to be late game, I understand. But there are a lot of people are at like 6 yellow Symbiote Spider-Man, so they'll be able to finish farming him off. Still no word. Bad news is that there's still no word on where Anti-Venom's going to be, but I did a chat and poll. It says, if you're going to be able to finish 4-9, do you have a 7 yellow star Symbiote Spider-Man? So a good percentage of people are telling me that they're in the 5 to 6 star area, and by adding this node, they'll be able to get there and they'll be able to farm it. Also very interesting in this is that they're going to sometime in the future be adding a 5th red star for Doom. Let's read the patch notes. Harness the power of Dark Dimension Eternals with Dormammu, Circe, Icarus. Arriving over the course of the release, we get those 3 new playable characters, new costumes, Phoenix Endsong, which is shown up here. Looks like it's going to be a white version of Phoenix. Hawkeye. So I guess this is from the animated series. So I think this is when I Googled it. This is what I found. Then also Ultron What If, which is really cool. If you haven't caught What If, the last 2 episodes I really enjoyed with Ultron. And Ultron will have in that What If show, he had like kind of had a hybrid with Vision and Ultron, and then also technically Thanos. Let's see here. You can see him right here. He has like Vision's face. He's got the javelin and a cape. You can't see it here, but in the animated What If thing, he had the Infinity Stones on his chest piece. I think he had one in his forehead from Vision, and then the other 5 on his chest, if I remember correctly. Anyways, those are going to be costumes. No word on how they're going to be released. Dark Dimension 5 should be live today. New campaign chapter, Doom War Chapter 4, which we just went over on MSF.gg, where there's going to be the 15s in there, some Teal pieces, and then Symbiote Spider-Man on 4-9. And then also they're going to add the 15s inside of Doom 2 and 3, which was live in the game on a fluke thing like 2 weeks ago where they accidentally... And then they mentioned the Defiant trait. We saw the Defiant trait in the Strike Time video. That's going to be for Circe event campaign. So that's good news. Circe is going to be an event campaign character. And they are a duo. They're like Shatterstar or Longshot. They got to be played together. So the Circe event campaign she's going to be event campaign. No word on Icarus on how he's going to be released. She's defensive minded and he's offensive minded, but they really are a duo. They look like they're going to be bonkers in Arena. Coming in the near future, big news right here. In Elite Supplies, a 5 red star promotion for Dr. Doom will be available to purchase with dark promotion credits. So for me, I'm waiting for a 10x dark promotion drop rates. So whenever there's a boosted character in red stars, the dark promotion credit amount's very small, but it goes to 10 times drops when there's no boosted character. So they don't do that very often. So I'm probably going to dump all of my red stars and then, save the Elite 4s for when that happens. So let's go bug fixes. Now we have 3 text fixes right out of the gate. And then we've also got an upgrade, which basically going to be an upgrade of bug fix, an actual bug fix to Deathpool. Text update. Captain Marvel's level 5 update for her special ability Warbird is updated to include the text plus damage to primary target. The combat behavior is correct, remains unchanged. And then this is kind of wonky, and this is going to be true for Cloak and Dagger. Both of them are going to get this. Updated to clarify that with Dagger, so when they're together, the attack gains extra piercing damage, not an additional attack. So that is on their ultimates. Most of them will do that. And this is kind of controversial. And I want to talk about something that is still not working correctly on Deathpool. Deathpool's passive ability, Death Comes for All, was clearing positive effects from a random enemy instead of the most injured enemy. And this was, I remember even someone forwarded me a clip where this was happening, where basically it just was like a random character was losing the positive effects instead of the character she was pinging. So this is going to be corrected. Now, what concerns me about Deathpool, when I'm not sure that she's working correctly, is that when Deathpool's passive triggers and then she does that ping attack to the lowest health character, sometimes she kills off a character. And when she kills off a character, it doesn't look like it's always granting ability energy from that kill. And someone in chat just mentioned to me that also when she pings a character and kills them off, it also doesn't trigger Minerva's healing passive. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to be fixed. For me personally, I'm pretty happy with the performance of Deathpool, but it's kind of annoying that it's potentially not working correctly, because 2 characters that have just had completely bugged disaster releases, in my opinion, would be Shang-Chi and Deathpool. Totally embarrassment for them, frankly, that these characters are premium characters that we spent a lot of money in and not working correctly. And Deathpool's finally working almost correctly. I think this is like the 5th time they've had to update her and fix her, change things, change her text. It's kind of been a mess. Some other changes right here in pack sounds of Shang-Chi's ultimate ability, Warrior Fury, was sometimes not working correctly during battle. That's fine. And then there were some severe problems with the Save Squad tab. A lot of people were messaging me about this. And I think there's also, I just saw a bug just a minute ago, some issues with Kestrel and trauma, how Kestrel is able to clear the negative effects off of herself, even though she has trauma. That's not good. Trait-specific gear, Biomutant, Mystic Skill, and Tech at gear tier 15. We're using trait-specific gear images for gear tier 15. So we're still waiting for patch to go live. No word on whether or not we're going to get a character offers today. I fully suspect this patch, being that it only has 2 characters that are going to be offered for sale, I'm kind of expecting them to release one of the 2 characters, let's say in that horrible orb situation where you have to buy the orbs in the supply store for, not the orbs, you buy the shards, like 800 cores for 10 shards in the supply store, and then the offers will be a couple days later. I hope not. And then Icarus, probably be like a strike press release or something like that. What do you think? I'm not really sure. Yeah, for cores, that is. Overall, I'm looking forward to seeing people go into Dark Dimension 5. I'm nowhere near close. And please understand this. People that are going into Dark Dimension 5 are spending ungodly amounts of money. They're literally probably buying gold orbs for 450 cores all day long and refreshing the stores over and over and just buying every single piece of teal gear they can get their hands on. And when you refresh the store, when you first refresh the store, it refreshes for 50s, then eventually pings up to 100s, then 200s, 400s, 800s, 1600, 3200. I'm guessing they're spending hundreds of dollars a day just refreshing the supply store and buying gold orbs for 450 cores each. Can you imagine spending $6 on 200,000-ish gold just to buy teal gear and refreshing the store like crazy? Believe me, I think the person that finishes Dark Dimension 5 first is doing something like that right now. All right, hopefully the patch is not super buggy. We're on Twitch trying to check it out. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.
I know you love me like you say you do.